Oh, happy Thursday. Meteorologist Zach Gillette here with meteorologist Peyton Langford. And we're doing this Facebook Live because a pattern change is happening.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely about to ramp up after a pretty quiet December, I would say.
It's been very nice and mild.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, today's high was like mid-50s.
Yeah, mid-50s in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
In the first couple days of January.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like snow, but looks like snow is back in the forecast for us.
Yeah.
Yep. Jessica wants snow. Yeah, I couldn't mind. I wouldn't mind snow either. And I think tomorrow's snow is looking like the good kind of snow. Going to be a good. It's going to be a good snowball snow.
It's gonna be pretty.
Not expecting a whole lot of icing. So let's get right into it. So wintry mix is expected Friday morning. So we are expecting the wet, heavy snow. The accumulations not looking all that great, but there will be some impacts tomorrow morning. And then beyond that, the forecast stays pretty active. So we do have a winter weather advisory for the purple Friday 4 a.m. to around noon. Now this might be expanded, but as of right now, this is the advisory, and this is because snow accumulations could be up to 2 inches tomorrow morning. Just to give you a basic idea about what's going to happen tonight, we're going to be seeing some rain beginning around midnight, and then that should eventually turn to snow as we drop down to below freezing. So we are definitely going to get colder tonight. Timing for this event, the snow looks to be beginning by around 4 o'clock in the morning, peaking around daybreak, going to noon Friday. Accumulation is up to 2-inch possible. Now, again, the impacts from this do look low, not expecting a high impact event, not expecting icing, but there will be some slushy areas tomorrow morning, potentially. So we're going to time out that precip in just a second. But for right now, cooling down during the day, it was in the 50s. Right now, mid-30s. So definitely feeling that cold air, that east breeze that is picking up as the storm system moves in. So here's Fort Smith, a bit warmer in the River Valley, but not by much. Already in the 40s. And as we go throughout the night, we are going to be dipping down to below freezing. And as we dip down, there will be some chances for some precipitation. And as we get down to below freezing, looking like a chance of some snow. You can see the chance of precip really peaks tomorrow morning daybreak. So around 6 to 8 a.m., that is the best window for this. So right now, not a whole lot going on, just partly cloudy skies. And as we expand the view, there is a whole lot going on to our west. Low pressure area across Texas moving east, and that will move in tomorrow. And the track of this low is a bit interesting. Peyton, do you want to talk about the track of that low? Because we're not expecting this to be a big event here.
Yeah, it's not going to take a super favorable track for some heavy snow. It's just going to quickly zip off to the northeast once it pretty much gets on the other side of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, because for it to be a big event, we would want the track of the low to be right along the Oklahoma-Texas border.
That Red River.
Yeah, this system is going to lift to the northeast and track right over us. So we're going to get dry slotted tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then that should put an end to the precip pretty soon. So it's going to be a morning event, and you can already see the low becoming occluded. So the system is on a weakening trend for us here. So as we go throughout the evening hours, looks to be staying dry. And then here is 1 a.m. Friday morning, looking like a rain-snow mix. Then as we go forward in time, here is 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when the winter weather advisory starts, looking like a mix of snow and rain, transitioning to all snow for most areas by around 7 a.m. So the worst time frame for this event looks to be right around the commute time to work.
Yeah, right around rush hour, which is unfortunate.
In the school. And have they been issuing any closings as of yet?
No, I just checked just recently. Ben 10, around Little Rock. That's the only thing that said they're going to close Friday, but nothing around here though.
Yeah, and if we do get closings, they're going to report them on the news tonight. So going forward throughout the late morning tomorrow, you can see the dry air moves in. That will put an end to the precip. So by around noontime Friday, looks to be drying out. But during the afternoon, cloud cover kind of hangs on. Might see a little bit of wraparound showers, but it will be well above freezing. So not expecting snow tomorrow afternoon. In fact, I don't know about you, Payne, but I think any snow we get in the morning should probably melt during the afternoon. During the afternoon.
Yeah, during the afternoon, and then by the
Yeah.
evening, you would never know that it snowed.
Yeah, but there's more snow in the forecast next week
Oh yeah.
potentially, so gonna have to watch for that. So here's our snow map. So again, most areas are in the dusting to a ½ inch of snow, and the trouble spots like the higher terrain areas in the Boston Mountains, they might see up to 2 inches of snow. Further south in the River Valley, snow totals not going to be as high, but you might see up to 1 inch of snow in the Ouachita Mountains. And of course, the trouble areas on the roads are going to be the overpasses, bridges. Might see a little bit of slick spots there. But overall, looking like a low impact event. And you can dive deeper into this. Peyton, he made a weather blog, so you can look at that and make sure to download the app because we're going to give you up-to-date info as we go throughout the events. And of course, if we have more events, we're going to talk about those too. So here's that system that is moving through. And then beyond that, an even stronger system potentially moves in for next week early. So you can see it right here. You can see a big system moving in Monday, giving us some rain, and then maybe even some more snow Tuesday. So it is looking pretty active as we go throughout this week, Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
But here is tonight, wintry mix, rain and snow late. Gonna be getting cold, gonna be dropping down 2 below freezing, and then tomorrow, just mainly in the morning. So again, limited impacts with this. So probably the main thing to say about this storm system, it's going to be a low impact event. Not going to see any kind of big icing issues, which is good because usually the icing is what causes the most road issues. Because temperature is going to be very marginal, which means that it might be a degree or two just below freezing or a degree or two just above freezing, and the air column isn't going to be supporting any kind of freezing rain or sleet.
Yeah, definitely not going to be seeing any freezing rain or sleet. Just that Arkansas slushy.
Yeah, and that's usually not as bad for the roads. So that is a good thing. And will be good snowball snow.
Yeah, might not be good for necessarily a snowman. Maybe in the higher terrain, but definitely good snowball weather.
Yeah, but if you're just joining in, we can show you a feature track of that system, and I'm timing out. Maybe show a different model.
Yeah, you can go through the HRRR and you can go through.
Yeah, we just showed the NAN model because that seems to be handling it the best as far as the models that we can show on our computer. But we can look at the HRRR and show you that. So again, it looks to be staying dry through the evening, and then here is 1 a.m. Rain right on the doorstep. So initially rain showers, and then it will make a transition to snow. Now, this is the HRRR. It's showing some moderate snow moving in around daybreak tomorrow.
That's way overdone.
Oh yeah.
Like it's known for overdoing like just normal rain, but then in winter weather it just like cranks it up a notch. Just the equations that go into the resolution for that model aren't that good. I think it's a little bit on the colder side, especially at Drake Field in Fayetteville.
Yeah, so this might be a little bit overdone. And then as we keep going throughout the morning hours, again, the northeasterly track of that system going to bring us some dry air pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. So by around 10, 11 a.m., the snow looks to be winding down. And that's why the snowfall totals aren't going to be that high. If this had a more easterly track, we would probably see some higher totals.
Yeah, models are outputting anywhere from 1 to 3 inches throughout northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, and I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be about 1/10 to maybe 1/4 with those higher terrain. Well, by higher terrain, which mean like the Boston Mountains and the Ouachita Mountains being that 1 to 2 inch, 1 to 2 inch range.
Yeah, we can show the graph model too. It's another one of our models.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look at the graph. I haven't really looked at it just because normally it's pretty crazy.
It usually underdoes the precip, but it usually nails the cloud cover. Yeah, so I think this is doing pretty good. It has some snow on the doorstep 4 a.m., peaking around 6 to 8 a.m. Now, again, these are computer models, so this is not a exact forecast of what's going to happen, just a general idea. Yeah, then drying out by around 10 a.m.
Yeah. All right, we can go ahead and take some questions, I guess, here. Real quick, will it stick? No, this is going to be some wet snow. It's going to melt pretty much right on impact, I would say, maybe a little after. But, yeah, definitely going to be some wet snow, so to speak.
Yeah, I think the grassy surfaces are going to see some accumulation, but very, very light. As far as the roads, it should definitely melt on impacts on the roads.
Yeah. So driving to Joplin tomorrow morning, what will I be seeing there? Kind of a similar story. Definitely going to be kind of that wintry mix. Maybe a little bit more snow as opposed to rain in that mix, but definitely going to be seeing a wintry mix driving there. It's definitely going to be pretty careful. Bella Vista might be seeing more so of the snow variety. I think just that's light dusting. But again, this is minimal impact, so I'm not expecting a whole lot, Zach, right? So it should be all good.
Yeah, at most 2 inches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Will schools be closed? No, I don't think schools will be closed. With all the events, all the winter weather events that we've had, normally I don't think that they would close. I mean, obviously I haven't been here that long, but knowing from all my family across the natural state that I don't think schools would be closing for this. Of course, you can check out our website for any school closings, and of course, I'm sure the school district Facebook page would probably post something as well.
Yeah,
on some of those earlier.
It's not up to us.
Yeah, definitely not up to us.
And I think it's going to be a low impact event. So if they close schools, maybe in the higher terrain areas.
Yeah. Saw several questions about where is Dan? Where's Dan the man? So, he's been on Christmas vacation and New Year's, and yeah, this was his last week, not with us, but his last week on vacation. So he should be here next week. Yeah, I think
just some time for another system.
Yeah, just time for another system. I know he's eager to get back out here and get with us and help us out and help y'all out as well.
Yeah, I'm actually getting a lot of questions about next week. Any new updates on the Monday, Tuesday event? Definitely looking like a stronger system. And the track of this system potentially is going to be a bit better for a higher snow total event.
Yeah, it's definitely got a more favorable track. Of course, there's still, a lot of time left. A lot of details that will go into play as we get closer. But we're about that time where it's 5 days out now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth the watch. We watched it 7 days out, but at 5 days, that's where you kind of get more of a sharper image. That's when you kind of move into the medium range. It's starting to look like a pretty impressive system, so definitely going to be something to watch for.
Yeah, the system is still well offshore.
Yeah.
So a lot of ironing out to do with that forecast, but we're definitely predicting some rain Monday, transitioning to snow potentially Tuesday.
Yeah, you should. You can actually go to Water Vapor. We can show you the strong system. There's so much energy in the Pacific Northwest near Alaska. Just a lot. It's about to be pretty active, which is pretty typical for an El Nino winter. You're going to see wetter and colder south, especially. But yeah, go to the Pacific Northwest. You can see it's a really strong system.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Hey, Evan.
What's going on?
Like the best.
Oh, thank you. Got a lot of compliments on it today.
Oh yeah, dude, it's great. Wish we could get some. Go to like Alaska. You can really see it spinning, kind of churning, really starting to develop into a pretty tight knit system.
Is that right there?
Oh yeah, that's it.
So is it really
Yeah.
supposed to snow tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning gonna be some Instagram snow.
Ooh.
It's gonna be
So enough where it's like a sprinkle, but like
Yeah.
Arkansas people will freak out.
yeah, maybe. I mean, you're gonna have to be careful on the roads, that's for sure.
Shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I don't think it will, especially if it's not your first rodeo. Then you should be fine.
So what do we think? Like 1 to 2 inches?
Maybe more closer to like a quarter to a half an inch in the most populated areas. Some of the higher terrain. might
Okay,
see-
so we're not getting snow.
Not like legit snow, not like from where you're from.
Yeah.
Not nothing like
Pretty
that.
much any snow we get is going to be gone by the afternoon.
Gotcha. because
It'd be
that
cool.
that flushes out my preconceived notion that because we're in Arkansas is in the south, it doesn't snow. So at least I'll see snow.
It was like
Oh,
a couple
it
winters
snows
ago
here.
where what it was like 7, 8, 9 inches.
Yeah, last year we had a pretty
Shit.
big storm.
See,
Had about
that's
6
the snow
inches.
I'm used to driving through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I can drive
Mm.
through.
Yes.
Live streaming right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are hearing this whole conversation.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so TJ, if the low shifts to the Red River, this one won't. This one's gonna track to the northeast. It's kind of too late for it to try to shift to the south. But next Monday into Tuesday, it's gonna ride the Red River. I think there's gonna be enough Arctic air to kind of push it and keep it south. So I definitely think it's looking to be more favorable for snow. But at the very least, we're gonna be expecting some pretty heavy rain, which on the backside of that could lead to some pretty heavy snow.
Yeah, and I was kind of seeing the instability returning
Oh, really? Yeah.
at least a couple days ago.
You guys go back to your screen.
All
So
right.
if that happens, it could be some thunder snow.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting?
But I mean that is far out, and I'm not going that far to say that, but that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you can see that system from Monday right there. That spin in the atmosphere south of Alaska, that's going to be our next system, and because it's way up there, not a whole lot of sensors to pick up the data from that storm. That's why there's a lot of uncertainty in what that storm will do.
Yeah, that's a great point. I guess you could pull up the snowfall map. Now, Michael, if you're asking about the timing for Monday to Tuesday, it's going to be probably at a first guess. There's still a lot of time to go. But thinking, I would say about the evening time and the overnight hours into the morning on Tuesday. You can see 7 a.m. even could be seeing some rain. Of course, again, this is pretty far out, but we're getting pretty confident on at least the day and the fact that the system will be coming through.
This latest model run kind of has a movement to the north and east,
Yeah, so that just
producing less snow,
some things will change.
but more rain.
Yeah.
Now,
it'll
I
be
think-
more rain.
Here's the GFS model, the American model. I think that has a better track for snow. So here's Monday, and then you can see how the low kind of tracks just south of us. So we're
Yeah.
gonna get that cold air and some more snow.
Yeah, that's showing a good amount of snow. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when we get to, like Saturday, Sunday, when things are, 48, like 60 hours out.
Yeah, then we'll get a better idea about what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's definitely been pretty interesting. We've been mentioning it all week that, it's worth noting. It's got our ears perked up in the weather lab here. You and I have talked about it. I've talked about it with Josh. It's definitely, I think, could be fairly impactful, whether it be heavy rain or light to moderate snow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what the ensemble showing.
Ensemble showing. Yeah, we could show that. I forgot how to add to where if you want to look at like ensemble. You can go to weather 2. You want to throw weather 2 in there? I'll go look at ensembles. Whoa.
Yeah, but while he's doing that, I'll just show you. Now the big concern is going to be tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So while Peyton is finding the ensemble data, I'm just going to show you what I think the best model is for this setup. Yep, sure is an active pattern for sure.
All right. I got the European ensembles pulled up.
You got it? All
Yeah.
right. Take weather 2.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's pretty confident, at least with the European, that it's going to be a pretty tight system, a pretty strong system. Definitely going to be the first Arctic blast for a lot of people, I would say. It's going to shape up to be a pretty active start to January. Thinking back to our winter weather prediction, we said a pretty cold December, but actually pretty mild. And that cold air is now starting to make its way in here, and we're going to start seeing some Arctic blasts here over the next couple of days.
Kind of looks like a blocking pattern there.
Yeah, seeing like a little blocking pattern, that could spell trouble snow wise too. You know,
Ah,
they keep
if
that low stuff.
That low slows down. Yeah. So what is that right now? Is that Tuesday?
Yeah,
12,
so,
so around-
Monday morning and then Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
They're pretty confident in this big low.
Yeah. Well, see, the track of that low isn't favorable for a big snow event.
Mm-hmm. But that is. And well, we can look at the American ensembles and go to the GFS ensembles, the Gefs plumes. We'll go to the temperatures. So there you can see that front starting to make its way across the area, and a lot of cold air going to be filtering in. It's going to stay cold for a good amount of while. Definitely just to our north, going to stay cold. Then towards the end, of course, this is way far out now, and it's pretty much beyond random, but going to be pretty cold over the next couple of days. I'll show you that system. So here is Saturday, then Sunday, and scroll down a little bit. There you go. And then there's Monday. So it's definitely going to be a pretty strong system that might actually try right over us, but they are hinting at this kind of blocking pattern, which this would slow any system down and could lead to either more precipitation or more snow.
Yeah. So we gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, this is why we're telling y'all to watch out for it, because you're going to have to stay tuned for all the latest details, especially as we get closer.
Yeah. So usually about 3 days out, that's when we get a good idea, a better grasp on what these snow events are gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but temperatures going to be pretty chilly. Yeah. There's a full webcam here. Boom.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, the main reason why we're on here, Peyton, is because tonight snow is back in the forecast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the first snow of the year. I mean, we're only 4 days in. Granted, that's not being that much, but it's the first good, I'd say, decent snow. You saw a little bit of maybe frozen precip, a little bit of wintry mix the last week of 2023, but 2024 starting off pretty nice.
Didn't get that white Christmas, but pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty soon. It's going
Might
to be a
be
white
here.
January, probably.
Yeah, and it might stay that way as we go into next week.
Mm-hmm. And what's also been circulating around weather Twitter, pretty toxic place to be most of the time, is some really, really cold air coming in late January, which, of course, that's way out. We can look at the 8 to 14 day temperatures. Why don't you throw that out there?
Oh, yeah. Haven't looked at that.
Yeah. Probably going to be colder than normal if I had to imagine, but, definitely pretty interesting as we get later into the month, near the peak of winter. So you get that?
Hold on.
Yeah, it takes a second to load.
Wait a minute. Stand by.
Jacob, I saw that. That was pretty funny. I was like keeping tabs on one of the guys in College Station, because I went to Texas A&M, and it was showing like 110, 115 for highs. It was just really hilarious. I don't know what MSN weather is doing over there, but definitely not doing the weather correctly. There's the 6 to 10 day outlook. It's looking like it's gonna be pretty chilly, especially for the Pacific Northwest and most of the western half of the United States. I assume we're gonna start to see trends creep into our area where we are likely to be colder than normal. Definitely gonna be way below normal. I could definitely see some Arctic air piling in towards Billings. You can kind of see it piling up on some different models there, seeing all the cold air start to pile up. Eventually, it's going to have to come down, and when it does, it's going to be some pretty cold weather.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's an 8 to 14 day temp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely moving closer to us.
Casey, if you're just now joining, quick summary. Colder air. Definitely going to see some snow in the forecast for tomorrow. There's going to be that prime morning commute time, so 6, 8, 9 o'clock even. Mostly going to be anywhere from light dusting, 1/10 of an inch to maybe 1/4 of an inch. I think the higher terrains will see probably 1 to 2 inches. Of course, models always overdo everything, so trying to go on that lowest percentile to be in, to be real, because you don't want to hype anything up. I hate when people clickbait stuff, but definitely could see a dusting in northwest Arkansas. River Valley might get it too, especially just south of I-40, though. Definitely likelier to be a wintry mix. And of course, you go over to the Ouachita Mountains. That's likely to be some more accumulating snowfall, anywhere from about half an inch to an inch. You want to show the 48-hour pops timing so
Yeah.
people can get an idea. Now, none of this snow, Casey, will cause any impacts. Hopefully, it's going to be very minimal impacts, very wet snow, so it shouldn't have any major road closures or major accidents on the roads. But it's the first snow for a lot of people, especially this winter. So it's been a while. People a little bit rusty, a little bit cold, so to speak, on winter weather driving. So definitely want to give yourself plenty of time to to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. That's what my father always said. So definitely want to give yourself a couple more minutes to leave early. Definitely want to give a lot more space in between you and the car in front of you, and definitely want to go a little bit slower on the roads. Zach, you're from Connecticut. I'm sure you have plenty of experience with winter weather driving. Any more tips?
Yeah, definitely. Leave more space in between you and the car ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely use your headlights, but maybe not your high beams.
Yeah, don't use the high beams, especially when it's coming down. It makes
Yeah.
it-
If you have fog
So you get this
lights,
thing stopped.
I know some
Fog.
cars have fog lights. That would be a good idea. And just take it slow. Like don't go over the speed limit.
Mhm.
Because as you can see here, the timing of this system isn't the best for that morning commute.
Yeah, definitely going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, because the best chance for snow is around 6 to 8 a.m.
Mhm.
That's when the most cars are out on the roads. So
Yeah, especially just before sunrise, when it's still dark out. That makes it even that much harder, especially when you have the headlights on.
yeah, so it's a brief window for snow, and it's happening at the wrong time. So like
Yeah.
if this system was moving through during the afternoon, no snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the most unfortunate timing, but Mother Nature is a cruel mistress.
Yeah, like the fact that it's coming in at the point of the day where it's the coldest. That's why we have this brief window for snow.
Mm-hmm. So Shayla, that's awesome. You're a super weather kid. And you're wondering how long the snow will be lasting? Well, pretty much the afternoon. By the evening time, by about dinner time, you would have thought that it wouldn't have snowed because it's going to be melting pretty fast. This is some wet snow, not going to stick around a whole lot because we're quickly going to get above freezing temperature. So the snow not likely to stick around for all that long.
Yeah, we can show you a computer model.
Mm-hmm. Susan, will schools be closing? I don't think schools will close. I just don't think it's enough snowfall. Of course, that decision is on them. We're not in part of that decision, but I do think schools will be open. I know Benton, Arkansas, said they're going to close their schools Friday. A district in Benton, Arkansas. I don't remember exactly what district. But I don't think we're going to see any closures here just because I don't think it's going to be that impactful. And, of course, they want to take all the preventative measures to make sure kids get to school safely. But, we'll go through the computer model right now and show you what we're thinking in terms of snowfall.
Yes, here's tonight, midnight. So this is when we think the precip will start. So a small chance for some rain, snow mixing happening by around midnight tonight. And then as we head into the morning hours, early morning hours, we're expecting a transition to all snow, mainly in northwest Arkansas. So the River Valley going to see more of a rain mixture, but where you can see temperatures below freezing, looking like a good chance of some snow coming down. And I think the thing to highlight here is the type of snow. It's going to be that heavy, wet snow. So it's going to be more slush than ice. So as far as travel conditions, that's a bit more favorable. But that being said, there still could be a few trouble spots tomorrow morning, especially on the overpasses, bridges. And you can see the precip happening during the early morning hours when temperatures are the coldest. So that's why we're seeing snow. And then even seeing some moderate snow by around 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see the track of this low brings in some dry air by around 10 a.m. So that will quickly dry us out. And then the snow should end. And then during the afternoon, looking like a pretty quiet forecast, might see a little bit of wraparound showers. But as you can see right here, Friday, 3 p.m., temperatures are well above freezing in the 40s. So any snow that happens during the morning, that should all melt during the afternoon. So on the commute home tomorrow, is looking a lot better.
Yeah, definitely a 9-day difference in that commute home.
Yeah. So, but tomorrow morning, I plan for a few extra minutes. You might have to get the snow brush out and wipe down that car.
Maybe a towel. It's gonna be wet.
Yeah, maybe a towel is better. Again, not expecting a whole lot of snow, but it's looking to potentially stick on the grassy surfaces, your cars,
Metal surfaces, yeah. 'cause
metal
they're cool.
surfaces. Yeah, like your car is going to be cold. So I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, if you go out to your car at 7 a.m., might be about an inch of snow on your car. So you're going to have to plan for that. And then drive slower to work, because this is the type of event where we see accidents happening.
Yeah, especially since it is that first snow of winter. Yeah. Go ahead and show the 7-day. How much time we got left for the 9 o'clock?
Yeah, we got a show coming up at 9, so we got to be off here pretty soon. So if you have any last questions, feel free to chime in. We love answering questions. But here's the big story here. Here's the 7-day forecast. We got 90% chance of snow tomorrow morning. And then during the afternoon, mainly quiet. Might see a few wraparound showers Friday afternoon. I wouldn't count on that. A weak wave comes in Saturday. Might see a shower or two. Not expecting frozen precipitation Saturday, though. And then Sunday, looking mainly dry. And then a lot of people asking about Monday and Tuesday. Sarah's asking, is there a winter warning out already for Monday and Tuesday?
No, they typically do winter warnings at most 36 hours out, sometimes 48, but definitely going to be something to watch. You know, they don't issue something that far out because the confidence isn't all quite there, but it's definitely got people's eyes on it. Definitely worth the watch, especially in the South Central Plains.
Yeah, because that system is going to be a bit stronger. And I want you to notice the wind speeds on that map. Now, usually the wind speeds are stronger if a stronger system is approaching the forecast area. So Friday, the winds southeast around 10 to 15, but Monday and Tuesday, 20 to 30 plus. So it's definitely going to be windier, and that's the indication of a stronger system moving in. So really good chance of rain Monday, and then we should change over to snow.
Yeah, come Tuesday morning. Man, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. Gonna need that where's your trash can forecast. I know my trash day is Monday.
Yeah, your trash can might be blown down the road, then covered up by snow. Never gonna find that.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. So then beyond that, looking pretty quiet Wednesday and Thursday, but the pattern is staying pretty active. So we Thursday looking like a little front coming in, but I went no precip at this time.
Okay.
Gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, but until then, that's what's gonna happen. Snow event tomorrow morning. Low impacts. Gonna be a heavy, wet snow, and then a potentially more impactful system next week. So Casey's got a question. It looks like the system for Monday and Tuesday keeps tracking more south. Yeah, earlier during the day, I saw the models and it was tracking more south, but we just saw them, GFS in the European, kind of has them making that northeasterly track.
They'll go back and forth. They'll kind of teeter-totter.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to use the Red River line as kind of that normal, it'll teeter-totter above and below for that track. So it's just going to come down to the mid-range models and, of course, high-resolution models.
Yeah, because the system's still so far away.
Yeah, you saw it there in Alaska, or maybe you didn't, but we showed it near Alaska. It's already a pretty mature system, so definitely going to be something to watch.
Yeah. Should we ask 8-Ball?
8-Ball what?
And then we'll it's going to snow next week.
Snow next week?
Because we're pretty confident in the snow tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're going to close it out by asking the 8-Ball.
All right.
Is it going to be a heavier snowstorm next week?
Yeah, we're gonna have a moderate to heavy snow next Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what the 8-Ball says.
You may rely on it.
Oh boy, and then
Okay.
8-Ball is usually pretty accurate. So
Yeah. Do I need to run to Walmart on Monday or Tuesday to get bread and milk?
Oh, don't get that crazy.
No, let's see. Cannot predict now. Okay.
Okay,
So
hey,
it's
see,
got some sense.
The
It's got some
8-Ball
sense.
knows. The 8-Ball
Eight ball
knows.
knows.
And we might have to bring that out again soon. So
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have to bring that out later.
Yeah, but until then, snow likely tomorrow morning. So take it slow, stay safe, and we're going to have more on the news tonight. Thank you.